Prince Andrew's troubles are all over the papers again this morning. Front of the Telegraph, 2 appropriate pictures. Of course, this time it's all about his ex-wife. In an effort to try and help him, seems to have made matters slightly worse for him. Max
Hastings got an interesting take on in here, how very different it might have been had someone spanked Andrew's bottom when he was young. I'd venture to suggest that may not have made any difference, but I don't know.
Who knows? We'll never know.
Let's go to Nick Dixon now, joins us live from New York. Now, what's Sarah Ferguson gone and done now? She's not making things any easier for him, really, is she?
No, she's not, Adrian. She's admitted that she received financial help from a New York businessman called Jeffrey Epstein, who's also a convicted paedophile and a good friend of Prince Andrew. In a newspaper interview, she's admitted that she accepted £15,000 to pay off a debt. Now, this grovelling apology that she's made in the newspaper interview is one thing, but it's really not going to help Prince Andrew, who's been under a lot of pressure over his friendship with this man Epstein, which has gone on for over a decade now. So it's a real mess for all concerned.
So it's over the company he keeps, isn't it? In particular, an American friend of his.
Yes, that's right, this Mr. Epstein. It does seem that anyone and everyone that Prince Andrew is linked with in the media at the moment is causing controversy for him. And it's just dragging his reputation down further and further, whether it is business leaders or indeed his ex-wife, as we've been hearing about this morning. But he's had some support from Downing Street and the Prime Minister, but these controversies are getting international attention now, and it's a big problem.
US networks, usually fascinated with the royal wedding, have shifted their attention to Prince Andrew.
Can Prince Andrew continue?
I think we should trade him in.
Further revelations about the Duke of York's friendship with US businessman Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender, have raised more questions about his role as UK trade envoy, and there are some calls for him to step down.
Prince Andrew recently stayed here at this New York townhouse owned by Jeffrey Epstein for 4 days. He's now said to have severed all ties with the man.
I tried to speak with Epstein about his relationship with the Prince, but he hasn't been seen in New York in the last week. Prince Andrew has been a UK trade envoy for a decade, but are his friendships making him a liability? UK businesses have backed him. Lloyd's of London says the global programme of visits by the Duke of York succeeds in presenting the achievements and potential of the UK at the highest levels of government. Barclays Capital described the Prince as an asset of value for companies and the UK brand. Serco Group said that as a result of the Duke of York's very significant help, they won a £400 million contract to operate the Dubai Metro. Some of those endorsements, though, are up to 3 years old.
It's a sort of campaign, in a sense, which is being directed by the media against him, which of course is embarrassing for him and of course embarrassing for the royal family, but it doesn't mean to say that he isn't still doing an extremely good job.
But there's been more revelations. The Duke's former wife, Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, said in a newspaper interview that Jeffrey Epstein had helped pay off some of her debts, something she described as a gigantic error of judgment. Her former husband's business links may also turn out to be the same.